What's up, Crypto Pianist community? What's going on today? So, if you want to know all the information, stick until the end and do not invest too much money that you are not willing to lose, guys. And see you after this intro.
Welcome back to the Crypto Pianist YouTube channel. Today we are diving into a new GameFi BSC presale launching this week. And this is a very exciting one. Usually I kind of ignore them, but I've actually been playing this game and I already need to tell you because it's really cool. I mean, this is a very exciting presale. Of course, though, as always, remember the usual disclaimer that nothing in today's video should be taken as financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and you should treat this strictly for education purposes. So first off, GameFi presales. There's normally big problems, which is why most of them fail. First point is, of course, the token has no real in-game role. It's just a token attached to the project, which of course means that players dump, and that's a death spiral for the game. Additionally, some of these don't have audits and no lock-in commitment, so projects may rug. A lot of them also don't even have a game. Well, they say it's coming soon and it never comes out, and some big vesting cliffs on these presales, and of course teams can dump on you. SkyFleet Dash hits all four of these, so let me show you this very nice presale. So of course, with that link down below, you can actually dive straight into the game here. So we see start a brand new game. There's a single player mode and a multiplayer mode, which is very nice. And it's already been tested with over 700 plus players across the Philippines, Indonesia, and Thailand. So it's a pretty nice game, and I like that this version, again, you can already play it right now before even participating in the presale, which is the way how GameFi projects should be doing things around here. So on the game here, we can see in the dashboard, first off, you can take a look at your own spaceships and select your spaceship here. We have a wager mode, single player, and multiplayer. But for this example, I'll just jump into quick single player game. So with these multiplayer modes, you can actually do a wagering mechanic here, which is pretty nice. So it is a free player match, and the winner will take 80% of the tokens, which of course, using the token from the presale, keeping it fully integrated into the game flow and dynamic. And here we can see the SkyFleet Dash. So these are the races of the game here. So of course, we see at the top, you have your position and your bet, health, and you have your shit. And of course, we can see you want to go as quick as possible, but make sure you do not crash or your shit will be destroyed. But it's a very fun game. Again, click the link down below in the description, try out for yourself. And again, you can already hold one here and start wagering and playing against other players, which is really, really awesome. Let's see if we all did squeeze right through the hole. We can see game over. But now let's dive more importantly into the full tokenomics here. So again, this is the SkyFleet Dash pre-sale token. So we can see launching on May 15th at 2100 hours UTC. The tokenomics, more importantly here, where is a total of a 1 billion fixed supply. So there's no more minting ever at all, which is very, very nice. We can see the pre-sale round. So the early bird round has 30 million tokens. Round 2 is 35 million with a slightly high price. And in the final round here, you can see it's more importantly to get in the early bird because you can get that most advantageous price of the token. Additionally, after the pre-sale closes, the SFDT token will no longer be sold directly. The only way you'll be able to acquire tokens post pre-sale will be through gameplay. So round 1, of course, will be the last time there is a fixed entry price for the token becomes gameplay earned only. So again, you want to make sure you do get in the pre-sale because after that, you're going to struggle to get a large amount of tokens. But more importantly, why would you actually use SFDT? First of all, play to earn. So you race your spacecraft, earn your GC, and these can be converted into your SFDT tokens. And it actually is a deflationary system here. So 2% is burned on every single transfer. This is hard-coded and immutable, so cannot be changed here. The conversion between these dual tokens, 1000 GC is 1 SFDT, So that is getting after adhere to KYC, which is the pending product confirmation. The vesting schedule, you can take a look at all of this. So we have 20% at TGE, and then there's 20% a month over 4 months. So pretty nice allocation here. So fully unlocked after 5 months. So how to buy is very simple. Connect your wallet, choose your currency, buy and confirm. And again, we can see why invest. With that exclusive content, you've got staking rewards, decision power, governance, trade, and profit. Again, built on the BSC network, fast transactions. That this is the #1 network you want to be building for GameFi projects. And of course, the full deck launch. Here you can see that tokenomics detail. Of course, you can check out the website. I'll pause the video if you want a further in-depth look. But back to the homepage, let's take more of a look. So we can head over to the team section here, and we can actually see the team, the stellar true story behind this one. So the trust deck here, they have their CertiK verify audit. Here we can see the full audit on CertiK, so it's great that they have that. Again, the team as their KYC verified, and that token allocations for the team is locked on team finance. So you know that the team isn't going to dump on you, it's all locked in, which is great, which means they're dedicated to push the project because of course they want a project to perform. So let's take a look at the resale stats on how much you can actually kind of earn. So of course we can see the prices. So that early bird status is at 5 cents per token, and each round it gets more expensive. Round 1 is a minimum of $50 with a maximum of 25k per wallet. And this is USDT on the BNB Smart Chain only. BNB and BUSD will be added in later rounds as the full community grows. So for example, if you enter round 1 at the 5 cents here, and then the token is listing at 10 cents, you get instant 2x at launch before any market moves. With that burn baked in, remember 2% on every transfer, the long-term math is more interesting than that initial launch. Because a long-term hold, you think that supply is decreasing 2% on every single transfer, which is going to build in scarcity and hopefully drive that price up. So we can see, of course, the team was KYC'd, but they are currently pseudonymous, so we don't know their real names. But of course, since it's CertiK KYC, there's the trust, but of course, you don't know their real name, so maybe slightly less personal trust. This is still a pre-sell out, so execution risk is real. Fingers crossed with their game already built, they should be successful, but GameFi is probably one of the most brutal categories in terms of crypto free sales. That survival rate is low, but of course those long-standing winners can really perform well. And another thing is just the liquidity is just on BSC at large, but of course over time they should be able to expand this and maybe have it on other networks as well. So in conclusion, I don't really say this often, but I think this one really passes the does this actually exist tech. You of course can play the game for yourself. It's worth it. And for a small position in GameFi, I think this is a nice spot in the portfolio and kind of matches a pretty good thesis here. You of course can check out all of the links down below in the description. I recommend doing your own research, trying out the game yourself, and then of course have a look at that pre-sale. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.